Hey, Bob Hayes here from the Reckables, and now we're about to move on to level 3, steps 9 and 10 of the PSI curriculum, where they're going to start to learn how to link their turns and vary their wedge shapes. So let's get going.
So, from a athletic stance, all I want to do, I'm going to start a gliding wedge. I'm going to squash the bug in my right leg, and I'm going to come around, and I made a turn. Now I'm going to try that again. I'm going to come here, stable, calm upper body. I'm pressuring my left leg and making a right turn. All right. So now I've done 2 pretty good C turns here. I feel pretty confident with very little movement of my body. I can make a nice turn either way. So now I'm going to try to turn those C turns into some nice S turns. I'm not going to traverse in between. As soon as I get done with one turn, I'm going to shift pressure from one shin to the other, and I'm going to make a series of linked wedge turns. So here I am, good posture, pressure on my left. Have them continue with their turns down the slope, but have them stop occasionally to discuss their body movements. This is a good point to start to introduce the concepts of rotation, edging, and pressure, even if we do not use those exact words. We utilize each of these in every turn, but we can have them make small adjustments that will help them practice, sense, and visualize each of these skills separately. We have already demonstrated pressure by telling them to squash the bug. For edging, the goal is to get your skiers to roll their knees slightly into the turn to increase edging. A fun exercise to get them to do this is to have them do a hula dance on their skis. This demonstrates both how to roll your knees, but also shows you that you can have significant body movement below your waist while maintaining a steady upper body. For rotational movement, you can demonstrate how they can spread the peanut butter with their skis, or do a bow tie with their uphill ski. This will create an edge that will help them initiate the turn. At some point, skiers will be doing large C-shaped turns where they are either slowing down or traversing slightly between the turns. Have them work toward nice, compact S-shaped turns where they are shifting into the next turn well before they start a traverse. Then have them make turns more frequently so they are making smaller S turns and staying closer to the fall line. All right, so we worked on getting our skiers to transition from big C turns, a couple C turns, to linked S turns, a little more graceful. What we want to watch out for is Z turns and J turns unless they're intended. So a Z turn is when they're kind of angular. You'll see kind of this. They're shifting their body, right? We want nice, gentle things. We don't want these angle turns. Now, sooner or later, one of your students is going to keep turning, and they don't know why. They're going to get going to the almost falling backwards. That happens because their weight is back. In that case, my weight was too far back on my back ski. I couldn't get out of it. Once I'm back there, there's no way to bring the ski around. So make sure, correct their stance. Generally speaking, you get the pressure back on your shins, you get a forward stance. You won't see any unintended J turns. At this point, you may see skiers start to pole plant. PSIA says that pole planting should not start until skiers start parallel turns. And for those of you taking your level 1 instructor exam, definitely do not plant when demonstrating your wedge turns. However, I think this is a good time to start skiers pole planting. The pole plant is just a flick and should occur right at the transition between turns, when your skis are flat on the snow or when your weight is evenly distributed between your skis. Pole plant is not so much a physical thing as really there to help a skier develop a rhythm. If your students are having trouble with planting, or perhaps they are not using poles at this point, you can have them clap their hands together to represent a pole plant, and you can translate that motion into a different movement later on. But I think it is a good time to start the habit now. And again, this is my opinion and counter to the PSIA standards, but parents, you may find that this is a good time to start pole planting. is a wrap for Level 3, Steps 9 and 10. Next up is Level 4, Steps 11 through 13 in our next video.